and welcome to another cosmic video with me, B. So I am a psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand, and this video is going to be another video for men, a spirit insight for men, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the mother wound in men and how this can hinder your understanding of feminine energy around you and how it can sort of keep you chained and experiencing just one way of feminine energy. And actually the mother wound in men is very, very common, and as we start evolving here in our masculine and feminine expression into higher octaves, it is very natural and normal to have a lot of connections come to an end that we're operating off of a feminine energy that is not in alignment with who you are as cosmos sort of upgrades and change over. So too does your masculine essence. And it's at this time especially of probably the last year and the next few years, there's going to be a lot of divorces and endings as you start to integrate more masculinity energy from the cosmos, or start having an awakening and not being able to continue with the things you used to do. That's very natural and it's very normal to have connections and situations or relationships and marriages end because there is evolution taking place in the cosmos. Okay, so the mother wound and men, and then the divine feminine energy. So as we come, I'm just going to explain the mother wound and how it gets created. It's collective. It's very, very common, but I don't see a lot of people talking about the mother wound in men. There's a lot of information out there about the mother wound and the divine feminine, but I'm going to talk about how this affects men. So as we come through as a soul into our mother's wombs, we incubate, is that the correct word? We incubate in our mother's womb energy. And whatever frequency or energy your mother is embodying as a woman, as a divine feminine essence, you're going to get imprinted with while you're incubating in your mother's womb. Same with father energy as well, as a soul, as a child in your mother's womb. And you make an energetic and spiritual connection to your mother while you're in the womb, and that's via the umbilical cord. And then as you go up in life, you're still very much connected to your mother in your, in your toddler years and your baby years. And then you start to sort of separate off as you grow up. But in a very healthy society, what we would ideally have is we would have ceremonies or coming of age rituals or ceremonies where you would cut the energetic cord, because the umbilical cord is also an energy cord to your mother, and you're still connected energetically into her. And as I said, ideally in a healthy, spiritually healthy society, we would have coming of age ceremonies and rituals where you would probably at the age of around, I'd say about 13, you would cut the cord energetically to your mother that goes from your chakra system. And then your mother is like, I'm letting you free now. You're becoming an adult. You're going through your teen years. You need to start exploring who you are outside of me. It makes sense, right? But in this modern world, that doesn't happen. And so you go through into your adult years unwittingly and unknowingly knowing you're still connected to your mother's expression of feminine energy. And if you take a good look at females around you, or maybe past relationships, I can guarantee you there will be repeat patterns of your mother's energy and females around you. And if you grew up with a mother who was really disempowered, or you became a caretaker for your mother because she couldn't take care of herself, or your mother was holding shadow aspects of the feminine, as in she wasn't a full and healed, integrated woman with the divine feminine essence, you're only going to know feminine energy based on what you experience with your mother. And you're not going to have the confidence or the ability to maybe go after women who are more healthy, because you will feel on some level that you are not worthy of it, because you've only ever known a certain expression of feminine energy via your mother. That makes sense. So, and a lot of times grown men will go through and maybe will not have the skills to navigate female energy or feminine energy or understand what's going on. And this is where choosing to go and see a spiritual healer or choosing to, even if you go and see a psychologist, but with a spiritual healer, they can help you energetically release from feminine energy that is not supportive or healthy of you as a man. It's very important to note that for a lot of us in this generation, we have grown up with very disempowered mothers or mothers who haven't been spiritually initiated, and that's just the reality of coming through the earth at this time and where earth is experiencing itself. It's no one's fault really, but to be a healthy and integrated man, you do have to clear the mother wound of your mother in order to know healthy and loving feminine energy that wants to enhance and support your masculinity. It's very important. So with the mother wound, you will most likely, you could feel responsible for other females who aren't able to take accountability and responsibility for themselves. You will lack confidence to go after females who you actually find deeply attractive, but feel like you're really unworthy. You lack your own sense of confidence and inner masculine power to go after what you want, because most likely a lot of your energy is caught up in caring or caretaking people or other females or feeling responsible for other females. It just depends what you experienced as a child with your own mother. And so you'll continue to go around in these loops, energetic loops, until there's some type of aha moment. Oh my gosh, I need some help. This woman is acting like my mother. Or you could have really bad boundaries with your own mother, and you're not able to separate from her and become your own man and sort of decide for yourself what you want and also what females you want. And it's very unconscious, like it's subconscious, the mother wound, and you don't even realize what's going on until someone illuminates it to you. So that's all when something's just sitting below the water. And you're not able to separate off from your mother's energy, so you're just going to keep experiencing feminine energies that hold very similar energetics to your own mother. It's very interesting once you become aware of that. And also, you're not going to be able to know healthy feminine energy if you don't separate off energetically and spiritually from your own mother. It depends what type of mother you've had. There are interfering mothers. A lot of the times when we start to break away energetically from our mothers as men, or we go to a spiritual healer and we have someone who's like, wow, I really need to put some boundaries up. This is my space. This is my life. We may have like a really dominating mother. We could have a mother that just keeps asking for us to take accountability and responsibility for her. Maybe she's asked you to sort of step in as the parent role for her, or maybe she's asked you to step into that partner role. That's really bad, but it's really normal if a woman is not self-aware, especially the mother, and you're not going to be able to know feminine energy that's really healthy and supportive of your masculine energy. That's a very important thing to note. And so that's when you go and cut the cord to your mother, and you get freed up in your own energy field to become your own man, make your own choices outside of your mother's wants and needs. You get the power to choose what you want and what you need and what's going to make you healthy and fulfilled in your own life, regardless of other females' demands around you. So it's very freeing. But also, once this happens, you start to get the power and the backbone to really say to females around you, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior from you, because maybe you tolerate it your whole life. And also, there's a really weird thing on this earth at the moment that If a man stands up and says to a woman, "Excuse me, please don't talk to me like that," or please, I'm not responsible for you, women will throw emotional manipulation, or they'll try and manipulate to you to get what they want, and then once they've gotten what they wanted emotionally or whatever it is, they are sedated until the next time. And you're ideally, as a man, once you're separated off from the mother wound, you're able to decipher a lot more quickly where females are coming from, because you don't have your mother's energy still connected into your own energy field. So you're no longer governed by your mother's energy, and you become free to choose your own and what you want in your life. And it's amazing. It really is when the mother wound is cleared. And also this frees up your mother to start taking accountability and responsibility for her soul journey, even though she may not like it. So usually when, that just stands for all walks of life. When people are very used to you doing a certain thing for them, or they've gotten very comfortable with dominating or controlling or manipulating to get what they want from you, and you start saying no, this is just a natural, it happens all the time when you begin to become more empowered in your soul. You're going to get pushback from the females around you and people that were used to you operating in a very watered down, disempowered state to please others, especially other females. And I can tell you, when a man is really, really healthy in his masculinity, he doesn't want to water himself down to appease a female that's manipulating him. If a man is really, really healthy in his masculine essence, he will not tolerate that. He'll be like, nah, I'm out of here. And he will go and find a woman who he actually really enjoys being around. Because divine masculinity is like, life's too short. I want to be around females that I really deeply enjoy. The mother wound is very important for men to know and be empowered in their masculinity, and also have the power to choose the feminine energy that they want to surround themselves with. Okay. And as that cord gets cut, your mother is free to go on her own journey and to stop being reliant on you. And she gets freed up from your energy field. You get freed up from her energy field. And it works for the highest good. Even though sometimes when we set boundaries, others don't fully understand what's going on. But I can guarantee you, when you start setting boundaries, it is working for the highest good of all, because everyone on the earth at some stage has to learn to start taking accountability and responsibility for their soul journey here. And we're beginning to move out of codependency and all those things that keep us really disempowered, and also in disempowered connections and relationships and marriages. So as the cosmos opens up, so does our expression of relationship and marriage. We start evolving into more empowered, soul-embodied relationship with the masculine and feminine. But not first without some turbulence and some initiation and some testing. That is always the way when we start evolving into higher expressions of evolution on Earth. There's always going to be a little bit of challenge, a little bit of turbulence on the way up. It's just a rite of passage. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I am very excited to do more videos like this. I also just wanted to add that I have a healing program coming up called Reclaim Your Masculine Fire with Cosmic Life Force Energy. I'm really excited to start teaching this healing program. It's in groups, and we work with empowering yourself with masculine fire. If you want to hear a little bit more about it, you can go to my video, The Divine Feminine Announcement, and I talk about all my healing modules and a little bit more in depth. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm still working on a website at this point. And on my Instagram, I will let you know when the programs are open for application. Thank you very much for watching.